What is going on, guys? It is your boy Stab, and today we are here with the first week of NPCC. Before we get going, I do want to kind of go over what happened and why things are the way they are, but it shouldn't take too long. Basically, this is a Wi-Fi league, and we should be playing on the DS and doing the genning and doing the mons and all that crap. But, so, I was really swamped with work, and it took a while to schedule my game with my opponent, who is SharpDressedGaming. He's a SharpDressedGaming. I'm sorry. His links and other things will be in the description. Feel free to check him out. He seems to be a pretty nice guy, pretty good battler as well, so I'm looking forward to the game. But as I was saying, we ran into some difficulties scheduling just because I was busy with work, and we finally got it scheduled, and the plan was yesterday when we played to gen my mods and get my team going before I went to work, and then when I came home, we would play the game and go from there. Unfortunately, my DS broke when I was genning. Basically, what happened was I took my SD card out, put it in my computer to gen my team, and then when I went to go put it back in the DS, it won't lock into place. So I don't know if you guys know the technicalities of how the DS works, but you can't play the game, period, if you don't have a working SD card in there. And because I can't get it to stay in, I'm basically forced to get it repaired. Now, I did find a place to do that. I do got to send it out yet in the mail and get it there. But it's supposed to be like a 1 to 2 week wait period. Hopefully they're able to fix it, which they should be able to. I'm pretty sure the only thing that's wrong with it is the SD card reader, and one of the pins in there is probably broken, which is why it won't stay in. So until then, we will be playing our games on Showdown, sadly, but we still try to win because there are some very, very quality battlers in this league, and I do want to do well. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the actual video. I will be right back. We are back, and guys, we are taking on SharpDressedGaming. Like I mentioned, his team is the Minnesota Wild Charge. He has a really cool logo, so that's kind of cool. He has a good team, too. I didn't do a draft analysis. I just didn't have the time to do it, but my team consists of Clefable, Mew, Hydreigon, Diggersby, Empoleon, Galvantula, Superior, Darmanitan, Licky, Wobbuffet, and Weezing. Pretty good team. I did have a very low pick. I think I was like 13th out of 16 teams, so made the best with what I could, and my Z-Move users are Clefable, Mew, and Hydreigon. He has a cool team, too. He had a lot higher draft pick than I had, so actually not really that high. I think he was 2 or 4 me. But his team is pretty good, too. He has sand offense, so he's Excadrill, Tyranitar, Como-O, Stoutland, Volcarona, Primarina, Circuitry, Trevenant, Braviary, Girafarig, and Skuntank. His Z-Move users are Excadrill, Como-O, and Primarina. And huge shout out to my boy, the Flying Bird. His link will be in the description. Please go check him out. He was a big saver this week, as I didn't really have much time to work on my team, which is why there's not a team builder. But he threw together the rest of the mods that I needed, and it's a pretty lit team. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead over to the battle and jump into it and see what happened. Alright, everybody, here we are with the battle, and the battlefield is taken, and here is his 6 mod, here is mine, and the nice thing about his team is it's pretty much exactly what I expected, and also it's pretty easy to discern what type of team his mods are based on what he has. So the first thing he has, this is a Volcarona, obviously. He probably is just a regular Quiver Dance variant. He does have the Excadrill and Tyranitar combo. I'm not expecting anything other than a Jolly, not a Jolly, but just to support Tyranitar. He might have Smooth Rock to increase his sand turns, but it's probably not a very offensive variant. Sand Rush Drill, probably adamant to get the most power that he can. Como-O is one of his Z-Move users, so we do have to worry about that. He probably would bring the fighting Z-Move, though, so I do have some switches to that. Primarina could be anything. I don't really know its set yet, but we do have some switches to that, mainly our Assault Vest Superior. And then we just have and then he has a Braviary there. Because he has Drill for Spin, I'm assuming this is probably a Scarf Braviary to outspeed my Superior and kill it. As far as my team, I didn't do a team builder like I mentioned, but basically my team is a regular sashed Sticky Web. Galvantula isn't too useful in this game, but if we can get it down, we can limit the effects of Drill's Sand Rush. Bad at Diggersby, because as you see there, he has like no switching, so that was a nice bring. Assault Vest Superior takes on most of his team pretty well. I can even take a Fire Dance from Volcarona if I need to. Obviously, that's probably not a good idea to try to do that, but it's there if we need it for emergency. Bulky Ass Licky Licky Wish Protect with Dragon Tail to stop a setup, mainly from his Volcarona, which he did bring, so that's a nice check at that. Physically defensive Mew with Super Fang to wear down some of his bulkier things, and Roost to keep us alive, as well as Will-O-Wisp to burn some of his attackers. And then we have Calm Mind Clefable to attack Baby Moonblast and the Water Pulse. But we're going to go ahead and get in the game. Like I said, he has no switches to Bandit Diggersby, so that's probably my best win condition right now. And I actually choose to lead off with it because I could be Scarf for all he knows, and he doesn't really have anything to risk against it. And we could get off a nice either Earthquake Return and do a lot of damage and maybe even kill something turn 1. So that was my thinking going into this. Also, I'll be pausing periodically to explain what plays I did and why. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get into it right now. As I mentioned, we are leading off with our Diggersby Bandit, and he actually leads off with Volcarona. Now, here... sorry guys, I'm getting sick. Here, I can click Return, I can click Earthquake. What I actually decided to do is click the Return, and the reason for that is Volcarona is his main win condition, so he's not going to stay in with that turn 1. I could be Scarf, I could click Earthquake, I could kill turn 1, and then he'd be very, very far in the back. Also, a couple things I don't expect to come in. I don't expect Drill to come in, because even if he switches out and he goes to Earthquake, he loses another one of his main win cons to the Earthquake, even if he's like Sugarberry randomly, but that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Also, he's not... There's that. He could go into Braviary, but if I go for Return, it dies. At the same time, though, Earthquake is a very good play against all of his team. Primarina is not a switch into Bandit Earthquake. So I'm pretty much expecting the Braviary to come in, which is why I'm actually going to go for the Return, because he has less switches to Return than he does to Earthquake. So, sure enough, he actually does withdraw his Volcarona right away. Pretty good play on his part. Well, not really a prediction or anything, but just he has to say that. He does go into Coma O to take this, and he does take like 98% damage. I can't stay in. I only have enough speed for Tyranitar, so this does outspeed me regardless. And I was also expecting him to go straight for a Z move if he had it, and the reason for that is because I explained that Diggersby is a massive threat to his team. I know I could take any hit with a Mew, even if it's Z move all out pummeling, which it actually is, and as you see, that doesn't even do half. So we're in a very good position. Mew is at around 2/3 health, and Coma O is in the back. I'm going to get on my Stealth Rocks because I don't think he can really do anything to me as far as anything that would OHKO me straight out, and I could get up the rocks for the Volcarona later in the battle, and forces Bravery to defog if he has that, or for Spin. He actually goes for Clanging Scales, does a fuck ton of damage. I actually forgot the Clanging Scales was that strong. Here, I'm going to switch out, and I'm going to switch out into my Licky Licky. Reason for that is I don't think he would go for Clanging Scales again, because I do have that Clefable. He actually goes for Autotomize, and that was kind of scary just because I didn't really expect that. I thought if he was set up, he would probably be a Dragon Dance variant instead. But he does get his speed up. I'm going to protect here. Reason for that is I want to condition him to go for the fighting move against Licky Licky. Licky Licky is going to be very tough for him to break through with his team, and he's going to try and get as much damage on that as possible as soon as he can. So he does go for Focus Blast there. I do waste the Focus Blast, which is nice. I go out to Clefable because, like I said, even if he has the Flash Cannon, he's not going to go for it right away. He does go for it, and I am pretty bulky, so I do take that pretty well. He pops my Berry, and here I made a misplay. I should have just killed this straight away, but at the same time, what I didn't want to happen was I didn't want to go for Moonblast and then have him go into his Volcarona and get a free Quiver Dance on my switch out. So alternatively, I could have gone for Water Pulse. Luckily for me, I talked to him after the game, and after I threw out that Wish, he thought that I was going to pass it out to my Mew, but I stayed in, and that's where I went for Clanging Scales. So it wasn't necessarily a bad play on his part, but I luckily do stay in, take no damage, and I'm able to knock out that Coma O, which was a threat. This attack boost, but at the same time, you saw how much that Clanging Scales did. Clanging Scales is really strong. So I am at basically full health. Here he brings in his drill, and I pretty much have no switches to the drill because I guess I could have sacked Galvantula because it really wasn't doing anything. But at the same time, early game, I thought that maybe against like his Tyranitar, I could either get off of Bug Buzz and limit his amount of sand switch-ins, opportunities to set the sand back up if it should have go away, or to get him my Sticky Web, or even just click Thunder against Primarina. So I didn't think it was I thought it was too early to sack the Galvantula right away, but at the same time, I can't switch to my Licky Licky either because even though I am physically defensive, it'll still do a lot if he's Adamant and Life Orb, which I do expect him to be, and I need that healthy to take on things like his Bravery, so good enough health to get rid of the Volcarona should have tried to set up on me. So, point is, I had to sack my Clefable, and unfortunately, I burned the Berry on the Como and the Flash Cannon. Otherwise, I would be able to take one hit and fire off a Water Pulse. Do a significant amount of damage. I'm going to go into Tiger Speed because he still, I think, is under the impression that I'm Scarfed. So he's not going to stay in here. He goes into Bravery. I just make the safe Earthquake play. Just in case if he stayed in and called my bluff, I didn't want him to go. I didn't want him to be able to set up a SD, set up a sub, set up anything weird. As you're going to see there, he does go for Superpower, but Licky Licky is so fat and so bulky that does less than half after Leftovers Recovery, which is kind of cool. Another thing is, I was expecting maybe he would try to set up a sand with his Tyranitar, so Earthquake was a good play. At least I thought so at the time. Like I said, I'm over half health, so he does have to switch out, and the rocks are still up, which is great. He goes out to Tyranitar here, and I believe, do I fire off a Wish? I think I fire off a Wish. Yeah, I'm just going to set up the Wish. He shouldn't be able to touch me, because like I said, I'm not expecting like a Banded Tyranitar or anything like that. He's just going to be sand support, and the fact that he throws up Stealth Rock really confirms that, and I'm just going to go for the Brick Break. Now, a couple things here. Number one, Stealth Rock did confirm that he was basically a support set. Stealth Rock doesn't really hurt my team at all. It does make it harder for Mew to roost off the damage, and it does break my Sash of Galvantula, but like I already explained, that the Galvantula is not very useful in this battle anyway, so I didn't really care about that. I go for Brick Break. I pop his Chopo Berry. I don't know. Maybe it was for like a superpower Darmanitan or something like that. But I'm gonna pop it, and it doesn't do very much at all. But at the same time, any chip damage I can get on this is a step closer to him not being able to set up sand multiple times. So pretty nice, and I'm going to get my Wish back, and I'm basically at full health after Leftovers. I take a little bit of sand damage, which is unfortunate, but Licky Licky's really fat, so I don't really need full health. Any sort of good health would be great. He goes into his Primarina, and I don't really know what he's going to do, so I'm going to throw a Wish up just in case, just pretty much to gauge what kind of set he is. I see Leftovers, so that means that he's not Choice Specs, which is great, and I believe I just Wish Pass out into my Superior. I'm Assault Vest. Even if he predicts this, he goes for Ice Beam. Because he's not Choice Specs, he should be able to not do very much damage to me. And this is pretty scary because I think I was supposed to have Hidden Power Ground or something. And I looked at my moveset, and I had Leaf Storm, and I had Dragon Pulse, and then I had like Hidden Power Dragon or something, and I don't know if that was a misbuild on my part or I didn't check the set, but it's not going to cost us, thankfully, in this game, but it was pretty shocking to see that. He does set up the Reflect, which is interesting. Maybe he wants me to not be able to take out his Volcarona with a Rock Slide, or maybe he wants to be able to, he probably wanted to be able to live an Earthquake from my Diggersby. I didn't calc that with the Reflect in consideration just because I can break the screen with my Licky Licky if I need to do that. So I didn't really calc it to see if that would have made a difference. But I'm going to fire with a Leaf Storm here because really he has those switch-ins. He does switch into his Bravery, which is the only thing that can take one. But as you're going to see, I do about 30% anyway. So to get the attack raise, I don't see it in here because literally the only reason he would have brought the Bravery in on the Superior is if it's Scarfed. And I fully expect a Brave Bird here. Now, with my Licky Licky investment and the health range I'm at, I know for a fact that I could take at least 2 Brave Birds from a Choice Scarf Bravery. So, go into Licky Licky. We take a lot of damage, 40%, quite a bit. But at the same time, you're going to see that this is not a 2-hit KO at all. And I realized that after he takes that recoil from the first one, even if he, as long as he doesn't crit me, because a crit would have killed, but I can throw up a wish, get my health back, and not waste any turns, as he will get die to his own recoil. So, throw up that wish hanging in there, get some little leftovers recovery, and I believe here he wants to go into his drill, which is totally fine, as I'm just going to wish protect, get my health back, and he's going to try to go for lapis, but don't really care about that, because I can fire off a brick break and do some solid damage to this on the next turn. Also, I could break the reflect screen, but I wasn't actually paying attention to reflect turns, and reflect actually goes away that turn anyway. So I'm just going to go for a brick break. He actually pulls a switch out into his Volcarona, and he reveals to be Citrus Berry. Now, Citrus Berry is pretty cool, because I think, at least in my opinion, Citrus Berry kind of leads me to believe that he does not have Giga Drain as one of his coverage moves, and then also it proves that he is not going to consistently be able to get recovery from leftovers. So he's more than likely offensive with just Citrus Berry to get into a health range where he doesn't die to rocks. What I decided to do here is go for the brick break as I was going for it on the drill. Unfortunately, he gets the flame body. That doesn't really matter in the sense that my attacks don't really rely at this point on being able to do a lot of damage. I just have coverage in brick break for Tyranitar and Excadrill. Can't touch Primarina anyway, so that's not really relevant. And this actually works out in my favor, as you see here, he thinks he can set up on Licky Licky as he goes straight for the Quiver Dance. Alas, my second move is actually the Dragon Tail, and as long as I connect, we're in a great position. Only does 9% damage, but now he's basically in range to guarantee die to Diggersby when he comes back in. Now, I do Dragon Tail him out to Drill, which is kind of unfortunate because now he can basically spin on me for free. But as he revealed earlier in the game, he revealed that he's Life Orb, so even if he does little attacks like that, he's going to be taking my Brick Break damage, which actually still does 18% even though I'm burned, so that's a nice chunk. But every time he attacks me, he's going to be taking some Life Orb recoil as well, so I'm going to be able to wear him down very, very easily. Earthquake, he is adamant, so he does a lot, and he is Life Orb. So go for Brick Break one more time, and he's at 26%, or at the point where if he kills me on the next turn, he will be well in range of Diggersby's Quick Attack. I believe here I just throw up a Wish on the off chance that he tries to like Swords Dance or do anything weird. He actually goes out into Mothra, his Volcarona, and wishes in the air. Now, I have two plays here, but I really only have one. One of my plays is to just go for the Dragon Tail again, or to Wish Protect and get my health back and get to the range where I live. And my thinking was that the better play was just to let the Licky Licky die, because I don't risk him going for the Dragon Dance, and not Dragon Dance, Quiver Dance, and if he kills me, it's not that big a deal, because that's what I want anyway. In hindsight, I really could have safely protected here, because he also doesn't want Licky Licky to get back up to a reasonable amount of health, and he already knows that I have the Dragon Tail, so even if he goes for the Quiver Dance, I'm not in range of the burn to kill me. And at this point, we're in a very good position. I can go into my Diggersby here. He is in range of Quick Attack, and even if he burns me, it's going to be pretty difficult. But at the same time, it'll be one big threat gone. I actually just go for the Earthquake here in case he wanted to go to his Tyranitar. I don't think he would have stayed in because he was in range of Quick Attack, and he decides that his switch in to Bandit Earthquake is Primarina. Spoiler alert, it is not, but at that point in the game, that was probably his most expendable amount anyway, so as you can say, Primarina straight drops down to Diggersby, and we're in a very good position. Now, more than likely, I'm expecting him to go to Tyranitar to get up the sand, because he's in a position where his better win con is Drill, because the Volcarona just gets revenge killed by Quick Attack. So, he sacks out Tyranitar drops, goes into Drill. At this point, I've won the game. All I have to do is switch my Diggersby out, sack a Pokemon, come back in, and quick attack twice and win the game. I decided to sack the Mew just because I wasn't really doing anything. And as you can see, he takes a nice round of Life orb, not that it mattered, but he's definitely in red. Red is very good, and now I could go back into my Diggersby and click quick attack and kill this thing. He does make one last ditch effort, which was to go to his Volcarona first, hope for a flame body burn, but at the same time, I too had killed this with quick attack, and Drill was in the range where it wasn't living a quick attack from Diggersby regardless of the burn. So we're gonna actually end up winning our first game in NPCC by a score of 3-0. Very good showing. I like Diggersby a lot. Diggersby got 4 kills, but he didn't really have a switch into Diggersby. But at the same time, he probably could have played it, or probably could have played around it a bit better. But yeah. Overall, it was a very fun game. Sorry it's not on Wi-Fi, but yeah, if you guys enjoyed the battle, please leave a comment, leave a like if you so desire, and subscribe if you have not. Next week, we are taking on Mewtwo Fanboy Nation, something like that, and the New York Noiverance. He's not somebody I've played ever, and I don't really know who he is until I watch some of his upload this week. But, what was I going to say? He has a Kartana, so that's kind of cool. Anyway, guys, I will catch you next week. I'm Stab, and I'm out.